Thank you so much for your interest in my work. My name is Melissa Lukashenko. I am an Aboriginal woman of the Bundjalung Nation, and I'm speaking to you today from Magunjan, Brisbane, in the state of Queensland, which is on the land of the Yuggera Aboriginal people. It gives me such pleasure to be able to have the experience of my book being translated into Chinese. It is a great thrill and a great honour, and also something which is unexpected for me in my career. So thank you very much for your interest, and to my translator and publishers. When I wrote this book, I was inspired by the Black American writer Alice Walker. I interviewed Alice Walker in Sydney in 2014, and part of my preparation for doing that interview with the esteemed author was to read her first novel. When I read that first novel, I thought, I can write something similar to this, but in the Aboriginal world. I can write about an Aboriginal family and the love and the troubles within that family, and the way they've responded to the oppression and racism of mainstream Australia over the past 200 years, the fighting strength of this Aboriginal family, the chaos of their lives, what it's like to be poor and Aboriginal in a rural area, and also a funny book because Aboriginal humour is one of our main weapons in surviving the onslaught of the British over so long. And the way I wanted to show the strength and the suffering and the love of one Aboriginal family in the region where I'm from. And I think I have managed to achieve that. The main character in the book, Kerry, is a bisexual Aboriginal woman who arrives back in her hometown on a stolen Harley Davidson. She's a rebel, she's a petty criminal, and she reflects many people who I know, and perhaps in a small degree myself. I come from a family where some of my brothers have been in jail, as most Aboriginal men, or many Aboriginal men, have suffered imprisonment within the Australian criminal justice system. And often that's because of the colour of their skin, and it is always a result of dispossession of land and the poverty that comes out of our dispossession by Captain Cook. So Kerry, I am the founding member of an organisation called Sisters Inside, which works with Aboriginal and other women trying to escape the cycle of going to jail and being poor in Queensland. And I didn't see those women reflected in Australian literature much, if at all. So Kerry, I wanted to have a fierce and defiant, spirited woman responding to the oppression of the bigger society, but also responding to the chaos and the traumas within her own family, and coming out the other end with love and with what I try to give all my Aboriginal characters: humour, land, power, and beauty, because those are things that Aboriginal people deserve, along with every other citizen of the world. It won the Miles Franklin Award, which is Australia's premier writing award, and a great honour and a great surprise. My next book will be set in colonial Queensland, in an era when gold diggers, including some Chinese gold diggers, were living alongside white colonists, and also a very large number of Aboriginal people. So I'm writing a book called Eden Glassy. That's an early name for Magunjan, Brisbane. And it is a love story between an Aboriginal youth and his Aboriginal lover, Nita, and the way they forge a family and a life in the circumstances of living only a few short decades after the British arrived and completely changed their world forever. So in closing, I'll say Bugul Bedjimbalang, Bugul Bedjimbalang. Thank you, friends. I hope you like this story. I hope this insight into the world of Aboriginal people in East Coast Australia is funny and moving to you. And once again, my deepest appreciation to my translator, Jing Han, and to the Chinese publishers, and to you, my readers, because without you, there would be no book.